Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us here on the NBC Charlotte News at 11. I'm Xavier Walton. Well, our top story tonight, this dramatic video here just behind me of the aftermath of what CMPD is calling a drug deal gone bad. Police say several people met at a Charlotte gas station Friday night to sell drugs before two people were shot. Officers say those victims were then chased by the gunman before ending up at another gas station in neighboring Belmont. NBC Charlotte's Brandon Golder now joining us live from that gas station. Brandon, do police have any leads in this case?
Well, Xavier, police would only say that this is an active, ongoing investigation, and I spoke to a witness who shot that video. He was right there by those front doors. Just a few minutes before he pulled out his phone, Eric Short was walking into this Belmont Kangaroo gas station when all of a sudden
he pulls in the upper entrance and pulls all the way up to this very first parking place here.
He tells me one of the passengers inside got out.
You can see he's got blood all over his chest, and he made it behind the car by the trunk before he collapsed.
He says a second passenger soon got out of the car before also collapsing. Short says he and several others tried to help the men before paramedics arrived.
They had rolls of paper towels there. I was just stringing them off, handing them to them.
CMPD says those two men originally met up with other people at a gas station in Charlotte. Detectives say a fight broke out and those two men were shot. As the driver they were with sped off, police say another car chased after them. More shots were fired.
I heard gunshots when I saw the vehicle pull over.
Officers say that car with those two men eventually escaped, driving into Gaston County, where they ended up right in front of Short.
One's hurt pretty bad. He's already in that ambulance.
Short says after police arrived, he began broadcasting on Facebook Live.
453 shares already, 27,000 views. I've never in my life imagined it'd get that big.
He also never imagined a trip to the gas station would become so traumatic.
I'm getting out of this place. I drove home and I was still shaking. Try to find a way to cope with the situation and get sleep at night.
Police have not identified who those two victims are. We are told, however, that both have life-threatening injuries. One is at Caramont in Gastonia, the other at CMC Maine. Reporting live in Belmont, Brandon Golder.